there are times when we make decisions or possibly form opinions on the basis of hearsay. Most of us would have encountered this issue. I definitely have in the past faced issues when I formed certain opinions on the basis of hearsay and then went on to regret it. And this is fine. We are all humans. And what is most important is to learn from the bad experiences or the wrong decisions and accordingly go in for course correction. I definitely have worked on course correction, and through the experiences that I've faced, I would also prefer to share with you certain points in terms of how we could manage the entire event pertaining to us getting information from someone on the basis of hearsay, and then we form the judgment or the opinion which we should be very cautious about. Because at the end of the day, hearsay may have its own set of biases. People may also have their own set of agendas in play. So whenever you come across anyone telling you something, you will have to be cautious. In fact, some of the nicest people that I know, as well as some really strong leaders, have fallen prey to this entire event of falling into hearsay issues. When someone conveys something to them, they think that that's the truth and go on to form their judgment or opinion on the basis of that. This can be extremely dangerous. This can hamper relationships and also cause issues in our lives which can actually be avoided in case we deal with it in a controlled and cautious manner. So sharing with you three vital points in terms of when information comes through you from someone through hearsay or someone tells you something, what is it that you should do prior to forming an opinion or a judgment which could definitely be beneficial. The first point is, when someone comes to you with information, regardless of how much you trust that person, always verify the information. So I know many a times we trust individuals around us blindly. However, understand at times people do have their own agenda, and it's always best to verify information. So if it's factual, if the hearsay actually has truth associated with it, anyways, even that can be verified, and you will be rest assured and you will doubly check that whatever has been communicated to you is factual and right information, and then you move forward. So regardless of whatever someone tells you, especially if it is a communication or some information on another person, please don't take it on face value. Go on to verify the information, and regardless of how much you trust that person, it would be beneficial to you for you to analyze that particular information and check the factual veracity and the authenticity, and only then move forward. After verification of information, the second point that you need to be extremely cautious or focused about is the fact that here both sides of story. So every story or every information has two sides of it. So as I told you, there are really nice people that I know and some really strong leaders who face this problem. When someone gives them some information, especially about someone else, they presume that from who they've got this information is a trustworthy person, and they take that information on face value. They don't go on to actually also listen to the other side, because that's going to be extremely important. Especially when you have information or someone has communicated something wrong about a certain individual. Also, as much as possible, give the other person an opportunity to present his or her points of view, and only then go on to form an opinion or a judgment. In case you're just going to form an opinion or judgment based on what someone has told you on one side of the story, then that's not going to be right or fair to the other person. So listen to both sides, try to understand, and then decide on your opinion or judgment. The third point is pertaining to bias. So never be biased, and many a times, consciously or subconsciously, we all form a victim or fall a victim to bias. So that's where we'll have to be extremely cautious. Never let bias get the better of you. Understand that you will need to have maximum information, which of course you've verified. You have also listened to both sides of the story. And what is most important, then operate without any bias. Based on the information and based on the data that you have, without any biases, you should be in a position to form your opinion. Also, when it comes to judging someone, you'll need to be very careful. Understand, just like you judge someone else, there are others who will judge you. So you will need to understand that fact. So when you're judging someone, please be extremely cautious and cognizant of the fact that our judgment possibly may be a far reality from the truth. Everyone has their own challenges or their own issues, and in certain situations people do behave in a certain manner. However, we have to give benefit of doubt, analyze all the information, and only in case we are forming a judgment or an opinion, we'll have to do it in a very careful manner. As much as possible, do not judge people, because that's going to be extremely detrimental. I've observed many a times we judge people wrongly, and that's when we end up making enemies. So someone told me that enemies do not fall from the heaven or from the sky. We end up making them. So by forming wrong judgments based on what someone has said about someone else, or on the basis of hearsay, you should not be judging anyone. Give people the benefit of doubt and only then proceed forward in analyzing and then creating your opinion. So these are the 3 points. So when you are coming across hearsay or information, especially about someone, and generally wrong information, even if the person is trustworthy to you, please do these 3 things for your benefit as well as the benefit of the person who you would be forming an opinion about. One is verify all the information. That's going to be extremely vital. The second point is listen to both sides of the story. Don't just listen to one side and create an opinion on the basis of that. Never act in haste, because it could be pertaining to someone's life or someone's career. So you'll need to be extremely careful. So hear the other person's point of view. Give that person a chance and a benefit of doubt to present his or her version. And last, however not least, steer clear of biases, and also don't form judgment of people, because just like how we judge others, even we would possibly be the object of judgment from the end of others as well. So these are the 3 points which I required to share with you. So please be very careful about hearsay, because as per my observation, it's caused a lot of damage to a lot of great individuals and nice people. So better to steer clear and act only on the basis of data and information. Thank you very much for your time.